Welcome, Sagittarius, to your April 2018 tarot card reading. I'm Chrissy. Thanks for joining me in this month of April. So the focus is on these cards this month. I wanted to use the Soul Tree deck, which are guidance cards, and I have pulled your tarot per aspect down below. So I'm just putting it together and seeing how I'm going to read it for you. And pretty much I'm doing these readings with the intention of the equinox, which takes place in March and, kind of sets the season, and we're going to feel some shift and change, right? And we're going to welcome it and be ready for it. So I wanted to pull some good energy on where that leads into the month of April as we change the season. And I find so far in all the readings, it's very, very enlightening. So let's start out with the bottom of the oracle on the bottom of the deck. So for the month of April, Sag, you're going to be gaining clarity on a situation, maybe a few situations, but overall, the month is calling for you to see and get very clear on what is around you, what surrounds your circumstances that you need to be able to see clear with. Now, I feel like, and I'm going to go right into the tarot card of the general energy. This is the King of Swords, and you got it in reverse position. So some of you are dealing with somebody else who can be borderline abusive, can be borderline intellectually, like almost verbally abusive. I find when the king, to me anyway, when he reverses in position, there's someone around you that maniacally, in their thought process, it comes out of them and you see it for what it is. So you're gaining clarity on people around you. Now, this could be another air sign, sun, moon, or rising, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. It can be that. It can be a boss. It could be a ex-husband. It could be an ex-mate, an ex-partner. It can be an ex of anything. And I feel as though the energy of this person is someone you want to stay very clear of. I feel like this person has brought you burden. Has brought you burden in some aspect of your life that you need to speak your truth. Maybe they are confronting you with, maybe you're having too good of a time and they don't like it. Or maybe you're enjoying some of the pleasures in life and they're not accepting it. They just don't want it. They're not allowing it. And they're kind of holding you down. And I feel like for you, Sag, that you've been through enough stuff that you don't want to be held back by, some jerk who is kind of keeping you there. So that's where I feel as though, too, you're going to gain clarity. So the main focus of this reading is to get clarity, to get the job done. Now, I feel like for some of you, this could be work-related because you have the Six of Swords in your finance and career. So for some of you, this could be a boss and there's been conflict and you're kind of sick of his energy. You're tired of the toxicity and you're ready to move on. You're ready to not just, if say it was a job, it's not like you're going to quit and just be done with it, but you're going to kind of soar higher than it and just kind of know what it is and let it go by you. And you're going to, kind of muddle through and go along to get along. Now, if this is a partnership, and the reason why I think that is in your emotional house, you have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Now, the Queen of Wands upright is usually a separated, widowed woman, divorced. She has clarity. She is very keen. She's very, she speaks her truth. But in reverse, she's a real bitch, right? She's mad about something. She's pissed. She's just not taking any more crap. So when I put these cards together, I literally feel like there's an emotional situation where you've had enough of something. Something is just enough for you. and you're ready to really speak your truth and let it be. And it's time. I feel like for some of you, you've carried the burden of the finance, you've carried the burden of the boss, you've carried the burden of life in general, and it's time for those of you to end the relationship that no longer serves you. This queen will drown it out. She just won't deal with too much more of any one thing. So if it's a family matter, a relationship matter, a work matter, this is where the queen really needs to kind of speak up to the abusive one, to the one that is not allowing it to be in the relationship, if it's relationship-wise. If it's a boss, speak your piece still, right? Because it's very important. And the reason why I say that is because I think that you've been holding a lot of the burden, the responsibility. You've been getting the job done. You have the celebration card here coming into the month of April. So the guidance is for you to speak your truth, have gratitude for everything you do have in celebration. So I feel like the month is going to be fulfilled in good, in laughter, in a good time, family and friends. I just think there's one piece of your puzzle that is holding you back. And for some of you, I think it's a relationship dynamic, and it's an emotional one. You're going to get through it. It's just how you navigate the energy to really put this person in their place, to really say, look, I have clarity. I can see the light. I've been carrying this load. I've been doing it all. And what have you been doing? But, throwing out all kinds of demands and what you want and what it's all about. Well, you know what? This queen needs what she needs. So however these two play out for you, it's definitely something that is holding you back and holding you down, or holding you in a relationship that is going through these motions still. So you're going to find clear water. You're going to find clear travel in the way forward. But it comes at a cost, and it comes at a price when it has to do with your health and your spirituality. So this could be another Capricorn around you, but this situation that's kind of going on for you, it's affecting your health, okay? The devil creates a fear pattern, and the devil creates holding you in a chained pattern. Meanwhile, if you see the two lovers here, they can just walk out of his grip at any time. But I feel like whatever situation you're going through, you could be overindulging, like in alcohol or food or something that is not good for your health, something that is really holding you back from really expanding who you are to become or who you want to be. And I think it's just a smoke screen for what you're dealing with, right? I feel like it's just unwanted stress and aggravation and frustration, and you're speaking your truth, and that needs to be, because the guidance is to speak your truth and let yourself get on to the point of the blessings you do have and what you're celebrating. So try to release this pattern of destruction somewhere along the line, and so you can free yourself a little bit, because the cards are beautiful, they are. So there's a detachment card here. There's something you need to detach from. You need to cut the tie or cut the cord and move along from it. Move along from the tension or the toxicity of somebody else or something else that is driving you to feel very contained and very in a place where it's not good for your overall stress level and health, okay? Now, you can combat this by, releasing this person, releasing this attachment. You don't release the love so much, but you release the toxicity of what has come about. Now, what the cards are bringing to you for this month, if you do the work and you get into the mode in the way of being that creates something that lets you express your unique gifts. There's so many possibilities in the action that you take. So there's an action required that lets you have possibility to the gifts that you have within, that you really need to express and speak your truth with. There's travel for some Sages, there's good intention, there's intention to travel, but there's adventure here for you. So if your intentions are good and you put them out in the best light that you can put them, you will navigate and you will be able to move forward. You won't get stuck in the abrasive, unfocused mode of it is what it is, so I'll just, kind of go with that flow. No, you have too much. You're very forgiving. You're very good. You hold a lot of the get it done, and you do get it done. So why be dragged down? Why be pulled down and feel this madness, this kind of rage, this anger that you're feeling? And why let that affect your health when you can do something about it? Because the guidance is telling you that you're going to emerge with a renewed sense. You have a renewal here. You have energizing. So this equinox is going to put you into a point in April where you feel an emergence come within. And it could be a little bit of anger. It could be frustration. But you're going to expand your growth cycle. You're going to expand your growth in your soul. And it's going to bring you to a period of renewal. And look at how beautiful this card is. Excuse me. So you have all this waiting for you, but I think there's some fear, there's some challenges, and there's a little bit of distress within one or two situations, two aspects in your life that you're trying to be freed from. You're really trying to get it moving and going along, but you feel like the same bad energy just keeps coming back and grabbing you and pulling you back in. So it's up to you to pull yourself out of that mode of, if something's not serving you, you have to release and let it go. Give it up to God, give it up to Source, give it up to the universe, but get it out of your system, your physical being. Release the chakras, do some meditating so that you can have your energy balanced. Get some Reiki done. It's really important. So for the tarot, for the overall, you're holding on to a lot. You're holding on to a lot of the deep within stuff that you really need to release. The Four of Pentacles is a card of being a miser. It's a card of not relinquishing what you have hidden and kept safe in this treasure chest. However, fours are always about stability. And I think once you get the movement going, or you take a trip, or you travel, or you change perspective on the possibilities that are there for you, once you detach from some situation, I feel like you're going to move ahead in that way of the conflicts behind you, and you don't want to look back. You just want to move forward. Forward motion, Sag. It can be done, and there's expansion and growth, but you have to set the intention to a higher place. And I feel some of you are dragged down by either over partying, overdoing, or someone doesn't like you to be overdoing, over partying, or over having a good time. And that's just too damn bad, right? Too bad for this dude, But overall, I think there's two situations you're dealing with, and I think that by the end of April, I think a lot of your questions will be answered. I think you need to tap in and really use the intention of what is there for possibilities for you that you can uniquely use to go forward. Because you've been doing it all along. It's just people are getting in your way. Things are getting in your way. And it's only angering you a little bit when it's closing you off to what is out there. It's there. You can shine your light. You can put it all there. You just need to get going on it. So I think that that's going to take place for you, and you're going to see that by the end of April. I also think there's travel and adventure here for some Sagittarius out there. And I also think it's a time of financially, you're going to really find that April expands for you, that you have a little extra money, you have a little extra time. You can enjoy all the effort that you put in. Because I think there's a payoff here, and I think that you're going to receive some of it in the month of April. So I wish you lots of luck with that through the month. I wish you to get the clarity that